Welcome to the animal kingdom. Today we will explore some amazing animal and learn fun facts about them. So watch the video till the end and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos. So let's get started. Lion. This is a lion. It is the king of the jungle. It eats meat and lives in the grassland. Elephant. This is an elephant. It has a long trunk and large ears. It eats plants and lives in forests in grassland. Tiger. This is a tiger. It has orange fur with black strips. It eats meats and lives in forests. Horse. This is a horse. It runs fast. It eats grass and lives on farms or in the wild. Bear. This is a bear. It has a large body and sharp claws. It eats both plants and meats and lives in forests. Pig. This is a pig. It has a flat snout. It eats plants and leafovers and lives on farms. Cow. This is a cow. It gives milk. It eats grass and lives on farms. Human. This is a human. They walk upright on two legs. They eat a variety of foods and lives in houses. Dog. This is a dog. It is a loyal companion. It eats both plants and meats and lives with humans. Cat. This is a cat. It purrs softly. It eats small animals and lives with humans. Rabbit. This is a rabbit. It has long ears and hooves. It eats plants and lives in burrows. Deer. This is a deer. It has antlers. It eats grass and lives in forests. Camel. This is a camel. It has a hump on its back. It eats plants and lives in the desert. Sheep. This is a sheep. It has a woolly coat. It eats grass and lives on farms. Monkey. This is a monkey. It swings from branches. It eats fruits and lives in forests. Cheetah. This is a cheetah. It is the fastest land animal. It eats meat and lives in the grassland. Zebra. This is a zebra. It has black and white stripes. It eats grass and lives in the grassland. Leopard. This is a leopard. It has a golden coat with black spots. It eats meat and lives in forests and grassland. Kangaroo. This is a kangaroo. It has strong legs and can jump far. It eats plants and lives in Australia. Chimpanzee. This is a chimpanzee. It is very smart and uses tools. It eats fruits and insects and lives in forests. Orangutan. This is an orangutan. It has long arms and orange fur. It eats fruits and lives in trees. Sloth. This is a sloth. It moves very slowly. It eats leaves and lives in trees. Hedgehog. This is a hedgehog. It has sharp spines for protection. It eats insects and lives in gardens and forests. Raccoon. This is a raccoon. It has black masks and a ringed tail. It eats almost anything and lives in a forest and cities. Moose. This is a moose. It is the largest member of deer family. It eats plants and lives in the northern forests. Fox. This is a fox. It has fiery orange coat and a bushy tail. It eats small animals and lives in the forests and fields. Polar bear. This is a polar bear. It has thick white fur. It eats seals and lives in the Arctic. Walrus. This is a walrus. It has long tusks and whiskers. It eats clams and lives in the Arctic. Seal. This is a seal. It has smooth gray skin. It eats fish and lives in the ocean. Bat. This is a bat. It is the only mammal that can fly. It eats insects and lives in caves. Otter. This is an otter. It is playful and often floats on its back. It eats fish and lives in the rivers. Lynx. This is a lynx. It has tufted ears and a spotted coat. It eats small animals and lives in the forests. Hyena. This is a hyena. It has a spotted coat and strong jaws. It eats meat and lives in the grassland. Bison. This is a bison. It has thick fur and large horns. It eats grass and lives in North America. Armadillo. This is an armadillo. It has tough shell for protection. It eats insects and lives in the America. Porcupine. This is a porcupine. It has sharp quills for defense. It eats leaves and bark and lives in the forests. Platypus. This is a platypus. It has a duck bill and webbed feet. It eats insects and lives in Australia. Skunk. This is a skunk. It has black and white stripes. It eats insects and plants and lives in North America. Pangolin. This is a pangolin. It has scales and curls into a ball for protection. It eats ants and termites and lives in Africa and Asia. Gazelle. This is a gazelle. It has a slender frame and curved horns. It eats grass and lives in the grassland. Wombat. This is a wombat. It has a stocky build and soft fur. It eats plants and lives in Australia. Tiffer. This is a tiffer. It has unique black and white markings. It eats plants and lives in Central and South America. Ocelot. This is an ocelot. It has a golden coat with black spots. It eats small animals and lives in South America. Red panda. This is a red panda. It has a bushy tail and soft fur. It eats bamboo and lives in the Himalayas. Meerkat. This is a meerkat. It stands upright on its hind legs. It eats insects and lives in the desert. Llama. This is a llama. It has a soft woolly coat. It eats plants and lives in the mountain. Alpaca. This is an alpaca. It has textured wool. It eats plants and lives in the mountain. Dolphin. This is a dolphin. It lives out of the water. It eats fish and lives in the ocean. Hippopotamus. This is a hippopotamus. It stands in shallow water. It eats plants and lives in river. Gorilla. This is a gorilla. It has a muscular frame. It eats plants and lives in forests. Antelope. This is an antelope. It has a slender frame and curved horns. It eats grass and lives in the grassland. Jaguar. This is a jaguar. It rests on a branch. It eats meat and lives in the forests. Mongoose. This is a mongoose. It stands alert. It eats insects and lives in the grassland. Badger. This is a badger. It has a black and white striped base. It eats insects and lives in forests. Weasel. This is a weasel. It stands on its hind legs. It eats small animals and lives in a forest. Beaver. This is a beaver. It builds a dam. It eats plants and lives in rivers. Caracal. This is a caracal. It has tufted ears. It eats small animals and lives in the grassland. Mound goat. This is a mound goat. It stands on a rocky ledge. It eats plants and lives in the mountain. Wolverine. This is a wolverine. It has thick fur and sharp claws. It eats meat and lives in the forest. Snow leopard. This is a snow leopard. It rests on a snowy surface. It eats meat and lives in the mountain. Puma. This is a puma. It crouches on a rock. It eats meat and lives in the mountain. Wild boar. This is a wild boar. It has coarse fur and sharp tusks. It eats plants and lives in the forest. Capybara. This is a capybara. It sits near water. It eats plants and lives in South America. Coyote. This is a coyote. It stands alert. It eats small animals and lives in North America. Dingo. This is a dingo. It stands in a desert-like setting. It eats small animals and lives in Australia. Giant anteater. This is a giant anteater. It has a long snout and bushy tail. It eats ants and lives in the grassland. Aardvark. This is an aardvark. It has long ears and a slender snout. It eats ants and lives in Africa. Okapi. This is an okapi. It has striped legs. It eats plants and lives in Africa. Coati. This is a coati. It climbs a branch. It eats insects and lives in South America. Ibex. This is an ibex. It stands on a rocky surface. It eats plants and lives in the mountain. Serval. This is a serval. It has long legs and large ears. It eats small animals and lives in Africa. Quokka. This is a quokka. It stands upright. It eats plants and lives in Australia. Tortoiser. This is a tortoiser. It clings to a branch. It eats insects and lives in Southeast Asia. So dear viewers, thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.